In this video, we'll be talking about the first expansion book for Kings of War 4th edition, Invasion. And is it any good? Kings of War 4th edition did something that confused some people. They announced they were stopping doing Clash of Kings books, which some people, okay, that was a good idea. The Clash of Kings books were getting expensive and were mainly just about rules alterations and updates rather than adding anything new, which, yeah, the last few Clash of Kings books were not good at all. They were really not worth the price of admission. They were just bad as far as I was concerned. But they announced they started doing this expansion books. These advanced the lore and also included 4 armies. Now, some people got confused, especially with this first one, because in this first one you had Trident Realm, Salamanders and Halflings in it. Some people was worried that you had to buy this book to order to play those 3 armies. I can tell you categorically you do not. This book is completely optional. You do not need them to play those armies. If you have the companion app, then you've just got the rule book as well. Fine, that's it. If you want, you could just pay a subscription for the companion app and you don't need either the rule book or this book. You've got both. I got this book after knowing that you definitely do not need this book because, well, I like the artwork, just reading the lore a bit more, and handy place for the armies if you wanted it. So let's get on with it and see how it is. So one thing to note is that the artwork for the expansion book is really nicely done and sets a high standard as far as I'm concerned, and all these books will be hardback. With the contents page, you'll note that it gives a page list for each of the armies. It didn't do that for the main rule book, no idea why. From page 4 to 87 it's all background, which that's fine. That's the main point of this book. Pages 44 to 59, there's no map for the Trident Realm, which it'd have to be a bit different to the rest of the map because the Trident Realm stuff is mainly underwater, but I don't know why there isn't one where there's some map stuff for the rest of the armies. So I don't understand it myself. But let's just go through the book and just show you bits of stuff. Nice photography of the Zakali force and the Salamander force. And as I've said in the end of the main rule book review, the Zakali are canine people. And supported by some human monks. This bit of artwork was in the 3rd edition book, and this needed to be in here. I get that it's a duplicate and some people will be annoyed, but considering the main reason of this book is because of the Zakali, it makes sense for it to be in here. Plus it's just a nice piece of artwork anyway. This could have been actually the front cover, thinking about it, but this is still good. This is still good. This bit of artwork I believe is from 3rd, although I have no idea where from, and it might not be actually. The few pages before, I should say, are some things about the Twilight King, talking about some stuff because they're doing some stuff in behind the scenes. But this might be new for 4th edition, and if it is, really well done. Very nice, very nice. And again, the background and the different claws of Zakali, which there are 4 claws. I think it's turtle, tiger, no, tortoise, sorry. Tortoise, tiger, dragon and phoenix. and they have different ways of waging war, and they're waging war on different bits of the world. Here we have some Zakali Rangers, because that's what they are, going against some dwarves. I'm just going a bit lower down. So yeah, they literally look like D&D Rangers, which is really nice. They've got bows. This is just mad, but in the best way possible. I don't think I noticed this bit of artwork before. This is completely new to me, and I've looked through the book. It's nice to see new things all the time, isn't it? Some more lore stuff as well, and we come on to the next page where we see Zakali forces. No, is it Zakali forces? Yes, we have the Zakali forces going up against the Trident Realms. As we can see, as I'll just zoom in, we have a Trident Realm Leviathan going against a lot of Trident Realms. Try and push back against the invading forces, where the halflings look on. Is it in sheer terror? Is it in worry? Who knows? But I'm sure they're concerned. What if either of these forces are going to go against us? We then come on to the background mainly about the Zakali Empire. It's pretty well done, truth be told. And then the map of where they are, the Empire as it were. They don't see themselves as the bad guys, trying to wage war on the world and get rid of all magic, either to try and kidnap mages and make them see what they're doing is wrong, or kill them off as they see it, the best mercy. Not entirely sure that is true. And the humans that live in their empire don't really see them as, yeah, look at this. Look at this. This tyrannical looking Zakali that's killed this serpentine monk creature. And these people that have been kowtowed by the Zakali. Even though the armour and the overall aesthetic feel very Mongolian, they do have a somewhat Roman Empire sort of belief about them. That's what I think anyway, but this is very nice. With this Game of Thrones sort of throne behind. Another piece of artwork showing off the Zakali stuff. Very nicely done. And it looks like you've got a Zakali oppressor with some humans down below, just doing what they need to. And look here, we've got a Zakali riding a lion, which is an actual unit you can use in Kings of War. We then come on to this map, which I think it's supposed to be the one for the Trident Realm, but like I said earlier, it's a bit confusing because this doesn't really show much for the Trident Realm stuff, because it's mainly underwater. But could we have not shown some sort of underwater city stuff? I feel like this is a missed opportunity, but you know, that's just me. Then we come on to the background for the Trident Realms. Yes, indeed, they do. And this piece of artwork, which is from the new 2-player box, which is Trident Realm versus Zakali. Nice seeing the new depth horror here. I don't think it's a depth horror Eternal, although looking, it's got an anchor. It could be a depth horror Eternal with some placoderms following behind, just making sure. Then we come on to the salamanders. I wish there was a bit more artwork, original artwork for the Trident Realms, but I think it's still pretty decent what we've got. We've got this nice piece for the salamanders, just a salamander walking with possibly a young blood behind, a bit losing patience of him not keeping up, and then some ruins, or maybe this is a salamander city perhaps. It's very nicely done. And when you think of salamanders and lizardmen, you don't really think they're all like this. You usually think they're all bestial and roaring and whatnot, which they're not really as much as like that as you. don't think. Come on to some more background. Got this nice picture, which is a salamander against a Zakali wild beast, I think they're called, or wildling, or something like that. It's basically a berserker. Claws, teeth, fast, light armour. We've then got this thing, which I'll zoom in. I just like the expression of, you've given me a spear, you want me to do what now? This, I believe, is the Salamander Champion that you can only 3D print him at the minute, but I think there's a Mantic print on demand thing, so you might be able to get him at some point. But I just like the fact he's going into some ruins and whatnot just to figure things out. It's very nice. Some more background here, and then we come on to the halflings. Yeah, this is a bit better when it comes to a map. But like I say, could we have not had one for the Trident Realm? Here we have a full page spread of some halfling poachers hiding from a Zakali berserker, and you can see why. Dear God, we're not gonna live. And no, so stay hidden. So, like the main rule book, after all the background and whatnot, we come onto the army list. So, bit background, in fact a bit more than normal. And then we come on to the commands, which in this expansion book, you will find, and probably in all the other expansion books when they come out, you will find that every army in these expansion books have a lot more commands. In fact, the halflings, for example, have 5. Yeah, so yeah, just give you a bit here. And then we come on to the salamanders, some backgroundy stuff again, and then they've only got 4 commands, but they're still pretty decent. They've got a spell of their own. The halflings have got gastromancy, which is for gastromancy units only. We then got Trident Realms, which again, some background stuff. And yes, look at this piece of artwork in the depth of the Trident Realms city. We've got some worm riders going back home, and a big shark creature patrolling the waters. Has it been tamed? It looks like it, but you never know. It could turn on them on a moment's instance. It's very gloomy, but where there's light and where you can see things, it's very well done. And then it comes on to the Trident Realm list. 5 orders and their own special spell, which slows things down, because why not? Some of the characters. Then we come on to the Zakali, so some more background stuff. A little bit, because most of the book is taken up with Zakali sort of background and what's been going on. They have 5 commands, and Zakali have no spellcasters and cannot take magical items that grant spells, because they are completely and utterly anti-magic. They do not trust magic in its any way, shape or form, which when you read the background you'll understand why. One thing to note, in the Zakali list there are pictures for 2 characters, but there are 2 characters that have no models left. Bidar Witch Eater, which is a very anti-magic user, and Kulan Kaju Slayer, which is a very good commander. I'd like to see the models for them. They seem to look very interesting if this artwork is anything to go by. There's also a monk character, which I'd like to have seen a model for him, but shouldn't be that hard to use one of the monk models you can get. Or find a human monk model. It works out just as well. And then we have a sort of like zoomed out version of the full artwork here, so you can see how this looks. We then come on to a battle photo. The Trident Realms versus the Zakali. Put in the comments below if you think the Zakali forces are evil. I don't think they are. What would you count them as? We then get some more background stuff, and then on the back, like the back of the King's War rulebook, we've got the buy stuff, get the companion app, read the novels, and there you go. And that's the back. So there you go. Is it a good book? Yes. I do recommend buying this, especially now it is optional. I do think having it optional gives you more incentive to buy it, because look at the artwork, read the stuff inside, go for it there. There is one thing, however, we need to talk about: the price. It's about as much as the main rulebook. It ain't worth that. It's really good, but it ain't worth that. Honestly, it's 25 quid at most. 30, I think it's about 35, which it ain't worth that, quite honestly. It's good, it's very good, but the books ain't, I mean, 35 quid for each book, and there's going to be 6 of them. Nah. They ain't going to be worth that at all, considering I'll just get the rule book here. This is how thick the expansion book is next to the rule book. It's about half. It should be a lot less than the main rule book. That's probably my biggest criticism. It ain't worth as much as they're charging for it, and I mean, I got it for Christmas, but even so, I don't think it's worth the price. I think it's, like I say, it's good, it's very good, but it ain't worth the price they're going for. But that's just me. If you like it enough to buy it at full price, I can't blame you. It is good. But then, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and more armies to review and such like. Goodbye for now.